Hey, 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 beautiful souls. My earth angel friends, how are you all doing? Today is February the 9th, 2026. My name is lisalyle. This is my love offering to the world here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to all of you who are new, and of course, a very warm welcome back. And thank you so much for those of you who continue to show up and do the inner work. It's just such a delight to connect with you. So today we are going to connect with the angels as we always do on Monday. We're always among the angels, anyways. So that's the truth. Today for the interactive. I'm just trying to determine what choices we're going to use. But let's just go 1, 2, and 3. Let's just leave it there, Lisa. Keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, silly. So I will do that. Let's get the Palo Santo going, and then we're going to just touch on something that was brought up yesterday during the live. How are we all doing? How did you all survive the superb owl? We are the wise owls. It's the inner wisdom, and it's the inner courage, strength, the inner courage and strength that we're really tapping into and harnessing like we're harnessing up our pony to get ready for a ride. Giddy up, giddy up. This is the time of our life, and what a great time to be alive and to be the bringer of light into this timeline. What a gift. So thank you so much for it. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, and in particular, the angelic realm that love and support us throughout the entirety of this lifetime. So, for those who were here yesterday, you may remember at some point during the live, the message came through of the sacred deacon. So I had forgotten about it, and I was at work last night, and then it came through, sacred deacon. So the first message, so this is my intuitive stuff before I actually looked up this morning, deacon, because then I was reminded again. So sacred deacon, beacons have being systemically weakened, bended knee, and then some gruesome abuse, and then some. Humans have gone numb. And what are the ways that numb us out? Well, the television, in my day, they used to call it the boob tube. Not sure what that meant, but whatever, the boob tube. So we've been numbed and sort of desensitized to actual human emotions and feelings and all of this kind of stuff through the big screen or the boob tube in our homes, the television, the Hollywood movie screens, all over the place. We have just been desensitized, and now violence and this kind of stuff is viewed as entertainment for the masses. I've never really been big on any of it, and because it's startling. It's being quite harsh for a sensitive soul such as myself, and I'm sure many of you can relate. Like someone said, "Oh, I like boxing and stuff like this, boxing and the MMA where they beat each other up and stuff." I mean, hey, if that's what floats your boat, great. It just doesn't really support my boat to float. I have to look away. And then someone at work was saying to me, "Oh, yeah, like that MMA stuff." And I said, "I can't watch any of it." And I think the last boxing match I saw any part of was Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. I think it was back in the 90s, and Tyson bit a piece of Evander's ear off. I mean, I laugh because it's so friggin' insane. It's not really funny. I wouldn't want to have a piece of my ear bitten off, but whatever. So yeah, we've really been desensitized to all the stuff that's gruesome and all of that. We've gone numb. And then I was guided to write Sacred Deacon, Dream Deacons of the Sun. We are one within the heart that loves. So then I went to look up what a deacon is. And this is what I found. The deacon is an ordained minister in the Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox churches. And so the deacon would be under the priest in these churches. In the early church, I guess when churches were just becoming a thing, and when religion was just becoming a thing, in the early church, a deacon was an appointed minister of charity. I really like that. And then I was guided to add underneath there, anointed and appointed by love, resurrect. So then this morning, I had seen this, that I had written this, the sacred deacon, deacons of the sun. We are one within the heart that loves. So I'm like, yeah, there are deacons in astrology. What are the deacons in astrology? And it's not spelt, it doesn't have an A in it. I was schooled by the internet when I Google searched it with an A. And this is what I have found. So the term deacons in astrology, which are a fundamental concept in traditional, first of all, they went to tell me the term deacons is a misspelling or confusion. So thank you. Deacons, D-E-C-A-N-S, D-E-C-A-N-S. Deacons are the 3 10-degree segments. So yesterday was a 10-day. We had 3 10s on the table yesterday. I just saw a big flash of light over here, quite low, like around between my elbow and shoulder. So that's interesting. It was like a pulsing light. Deacons are the 3 10-degree segments that divide each of the 12 zodiac signs, resulting in 36 deacons in total. 36 comes to a 9, completion. Each deacon is associated with a specific planet that influences the personality traits and characteristics born under that segment. So the first deacon of any sign is 0 to 9 degrees, ruled by the sign's primary ruler. So I'm a Virgo, so I would be mercurial because I'm in the first 9 degrees of the sign. The second deacon, 10 to 19 degrees, is ruled by the secondary planet, often based on the order of planets: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. And the third deacon, 20 to 29 degrees, is ruled by another planet following the same traditional system. So they give us an example here. And the example that they gave was Aries, probably because it's the first sign of the zodiac. So the first deacon of Aries, 0 to 9 degrees, is Mars. The second deacon of Aries, from 10 to 19 degrees, is the sun. And the third deacon of Aries is Venus. And well, that's the traditional, and then it says modern is Jupiter. The deacons were originally used in ancient Egyptian astronomy to track time via the rising of fixed stars, and later integrated into Hellenistic and Western astrology for deeper interpretation of personality, health, and destiny. Some sources, like the Testament of Solomon and Hermetic texts, assign spiritual names to deacons, such as Ryax for Aries, first deacon, reflecting their mystical and magical significance. And then it says, note, deacons is not recognized. Oh, the way I spelt it, D-E-A-C-O-N-S. Note, this is not a recognized term in astrology. The correct term is deacons. Thank you. So I just had to share that here. I thought it might be interesting considering that kind of popped in randomly. And then, this is how we learn and grow. We take those intuitive nudges, and then if we're so compelled, if we're so guided, then we dive in a little bit further. So let's just tune into the angelic realms today. The energy is feeling lighter today. Hopefully, you were able to navigate the energy of yesterday and the recent days with ease, and you have arrived here with a semblance of peace and ease in your experience. We're moving towards, it is the 9th, and we're moving quickly towards Friday the 13th, one of 3. So this would be the first deacon of the divine feminine is arriving on Friday the 13th, February the 13th. The second deacon of the divine feminine will be arriving in March on Friday, March the 13th. And the third deacon of the divine feminine will arrive in November, November the 13th. So this is a very exciting year, setting us up in a space of being secure, 1111, in our own skin, being self-assured and confident. And, where does our self-assurance and confidence grow from? The love within, the love that eternally wins. And so let's tune in and see what the angels would like to, messages they'd like to bring us today. Don't forget there's an interactive component, 1, 2, or 3. Trust your intuition on this. There's no right or wrong answer here. Right. This is so beautiful. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Things aren't always what they seem, right? The first card I saw was the Liberation card. Jophiel, joy. We've got the joy, 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 joy down in our heart. Where? And this is going along the theme of everything that's come through yesterday, the playful energy, this real solar fire, solar plexus, 1221 there on the clock. Stepping into our power, reaching for our dreams as we begin to settle into ease and true bliss, true happiness. Are you happy? It's an inside job. It always has been. And it's all about us reclaiming our power. It's funny, as I was picking cards up this morning and moving stuff away and bringing new ones in, this card flipped. Sovereignty, the right to choose, immunity to hooks. And this is what this week is all about, growing in our confidence, growing in our strength, growing in our courage, loving ourselves. This is a day that we've got the Hallmark holiday on the weekend. Carlton and Hallmark are making lots of money. So are those flower outlets and chocolates, all that stuff that's supposedly a symbol of love. Can we not in our daily life show up for ourselves and others, being the embodiment of love, with the awareness that love is the gift of each and every day? We don't need one day to celebrate it. All we need to do is show ourselves and show those we love and care about every single day how we care. I don't want anyone going out and spending hundreds of dollars on roses that are going to die. I've never been that kind of gal. Go to the grocery store and buy me some carnations. Or better yet, just hang and spend some time. That's the most loving thing we can do for one another. Show up for one another and spend time and co-create with the divine, because we are sovereign. We are sovereign. Are you sovereign? I'm sovereign. And we have a right to be here, and we are immune to the hooks. So regardless of what's going on external, as we strengthen and fortify our own force field, as we show up for ourselves authentically, as we reveal our beauty to the world, this is our immunity. We're immune to the nefarious things. We don't have to watch. We don't have to engage. We just need to continue to go about our day creating balance and ease in the experience. Ooh, is that allowed? Not sure. Balance. How are you feeling? How are you feeling today? Let's just take a deep breath and tune in. Only you can say how you're feeling. I don't know how you're feeling. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So, balance, it's an inside job. And this is how I always see us. It's kind of like the scales here. This would be Libra energy, harmonious partnership, Venus as the ruler, love, connection, communication. I'm feeling communication here because Archangel Gabriel is the one with the trumpet that heralds communication, that heralds the new beginning. Today, I was guided to call this video Strong Foundations for the New Life. And so don't be afraid to take flight. You imagine if this darn old eagle was afraid to fly? No, he's not afraid to fly. He's not afraid to land. He's not afraid to fly. He's not afraid to be an eagle. So let us not be afraid to be human, Hueman. Let us not be afraid to be kind. Let us not be afraid. Back in the day, I'll speak for myself. I used to speak my mind all the time. And, it's not about not it's not about like having to speak our mind. When I was speaking my mind back in the day, I wanted to prove a point. I was right, and I knew better than most. That was a joke on me. And so, now it's about let us not be afraid to speak up in service to the divine. Let us not be afraid to speak up and speak about love and kindness and compassion. Let us not be afraid also to speak about what is the deception. Now, because we speak about deception, because we bring awareness to these things, it's not from a place of judging these things. Remember, we got 2 discernment cards here this week. Discernment and judgment aren't the same thing. Judgment is pointing fingers and saying that person is da 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 da, or it's because of that person's da 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 that I'm like this. No, because the best thing we can learn when we're judging one another, and I'll forever be grateful for that old fella back in the mid 90s that called me aside and gently taught me this and said, Lisa, every time you're pointing fingers, there's 3 pointing back at you. I guess I had been, saying about this or that, and all these things were my problem. I was 24 or 25 years old and just beginning to take responsibility for the state and condition of my heart and my life without, blaming others. And so when he said that to me, Lisa, every time you point fingers, there are 3 pointing back. I've never forgotten about that. And that's been one of the greatest lessons for my own journey of self-discovery, self-realization, really getting to know ourselves, right? Without blaming others for why we are how we are. I mean, we have to heal stuff, obviously. Discernment is when we are able to feel out for ourselves, which is what is good for us and what is not so good for us. And you'll feel it in connection with others. When I'm with this individual, I feel light and bright and supported and encouraged and really in this reciprocal energy of give and take, this energy of compassion and kindness. And in other cases, we'll be with people who, like, after some time in their presence, we're just feeling like a piece of shit. We're feeling, dense. And, maybe we've, like, as an empath, which is simply a highly sensitive person, and those of you here, I trust, fall into that category as well. A lot of times we're like sponges. An unhealed and underdeveloped empath is like a friggin' sponge. You take on everything, and then it takes a while to figure out what's yours and what's someone else's. So once we develop and once we understand what's our energy and what's another, then when we're in the presence of these people who break our stride or want to drag us down, oh no, I got to keep on moving. We then can make a choice for ourselves. We can choose to disconnect from that energy. There's no point in going around and hanging out with people who are a drag, who's raining on our parade. Why would we want to do that? We're now the solid ground from which new fertile life is being born, is growing. So I trust that that makes sense, the discernment and judgment energy. And then the final card we got here is beautiful Archangel Metatron. Mercy, grace, love. These are the gifts that we all have access to each and every day. And as we grow up and as we develop spiritually, we accept these gifts with ease, 2112 there, with more and more ease, because we are meant to be here. We are the greatest technology. We are the ones who were born. You know, as I was writing the intuitive messages yesterday about the sacred deacons, it really struck me when it came out. Beacons have been systemically weakened, bended knee, and then some. Gruesome abuse. I think there's an E in gruesome. Gruesome abuse, and then some. Humans have gone numb. I was thinking about that. You know, if you, well, what I was really thinking about was more of this on this side. We have been anointed and appointed. It's like the hand of God has presented us with this opportunity to show up authentically, to show up in a power position, and in a power position that is gentle power. It's not domineering. It's not oppressive, saying you must do as I say. No, no, no. We're sovereign. And, you know, I saw this beautiful meme this morning. So 2024 was the year of the dragon. 2025 was the year of the snake. And so I saw this visual of the dragon and the snake kind of merging into each other. And from that energy comes the fire horse. We're on the heels of the fire horse, the lunar new year. The true new year is spring. The lunar new year is on our doorstep. And with that new moon in Aquarius, we're also going to have a solar eclipse followed on March 3rd. Yes, I'm so excited for it. On March 3rd, we're going to have our total, I think they're calling it the Ring of Fire or whatever. We're having our total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Yes, so exciting. So as we move with all this energy, it's about us continuing to show up and strengthen and strengthen and integrate and become more and more balanced as we continue to liberate ourselves from perhaps hooks and stuff like that. So the goddess of sacred power, you are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. What's your current situation? Life? Show up for yourself. Who's the leader in your life? Or you follow the leader, follow the leader? No. Be the sacred teacher. Be the sacred vessel of love. We don't need followers. We don't if we needed followers, if it was all about followers and stuff for me, I would have given up on this platform a decade ago because it hasn't really unfolded as I had hoped. And that's okay. It's unfolding in its own unique and beautiful way. And what's more beautiful about that is I have unfolded in my unique and beautiful way. I don't need glory. I don't need you to tell me, hey, Lisa, you're great. I don't need any of that. It's nice to hear. It's nice to know that people resonate. And yet at the end of the day, it's about stepping into the greatness in our own life, stepping into a space of sovereignty where we decide what is right and true for us. And remember, when we are of the light, when we are truly awakening spiritually and returning to purity, if you will, we're not here to judge what another's path ought to look like. No. And when I come here and I share about, like the events of yesterday and what's actually being put on full display, that's not a judgment. It's a blanket statement. It's a factual statement. We live in a realm that we're in the midst at all times of a spiritual unfolding and a spiritual awakening, and perhaps even a spiritual battle. And we are the ones who are battle worn. We have our scars, and we've ripped the plate of armor off our chest, and we're allowing our heart to show more and more. And we're incredibly gifted. So I feel like this message is saying, stand up for yourself and take the position of leadership in your life. Don't look for someone to come and lead you. Lead you to where? Allow your heart to guide you. It's so funny. I have a little pimple here this morning. I thought, oh, right on my third eye. It's almost like clearing out the third eye. And then I'm just saying that because I see it here as well. And here again, the yellow rose, or it may be a rose, but this yellow flower indicating solar power. And the more we align with our solar power, the more we align with integrity and the more authentic we become. And then we've got the angel of diet and nutrition. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what's good for you. Yes, we always do. And same thing. It's like discernment. We can use that. When I eat this, I feel light and bright and good. When I eat this, I feel, oh, my tummy's hurting. I feel bloated. So again, these are the things, and everything shared here is about what we can do in our daily life, how we can show up for ourselves and work with the legion of light that supports us, that wants us as the sweet child to live our delight. We have been ordained by the hand of God. Our life has been blessed by the hand of loving source. We're not here. We're not like the rest. And some may say, who's the rest? I don't know. The ones who aren't here, the ones who are, out there getting all up in an uproar about something that's just a game. They're being played. It's like pawns in a chess game. Aren't the pawns the most disposable ones, right? Put them out on the front line, the pawns. So this is about showing up for ourselves in loving ways and feeding ourselves with love and really nurturing our vessel, our body, with healthy, nutritious, and delicious foods. And in order to do that, we may have to break away from some of the habits we have, some of the foods we eat. And then we've got the angel of finances. Honor and give thanks for the blessings you are about to receive. Better yet, honor and give thanks for what's already present for us. And gratitude is a really easy way to bring more of that which we desire into our experience. And they're showing me these two together. As we align with integrity, as we show up authentically, then things begin to flow. And there's a lot of energy out there, like that's rather miserly. So holding on to our resources, holding back, holding on. And it could be with anything, with our affection, with our love. We become miserly, we hold it back. This isn't how energy grows. We must release and let go to support the growth and to support the movement. So, if any of this is making sense and you're catching this on the replay, please do hit the thumbs up and let me know. Health again. So there is a big message for many of us here this week that perhaps it's time to clean up our act a little bit. Archangel Raphael governs the heart space, heart healing, and not just heart healing, healing in general, the green ray. So this feels like a really important message today. What are we ingesting? What are we watching? What are we listening to? What are we eating? Who are we hanging with? All of this, because health is more than just the physical body. It's the Holy Trinity, right? Mind, body, spirit. This is the health we want. We want optimal health. They're saying bottom two cards, so I'll take them. Optimal health is born from the acknowledgement of the shadow self. And again, the only, discernment, judgment, the only way that we can see what may be negative in the world. Hey, Kiva, welcome, sis. The only way that we can see anything is because it already exists in us. So everywhere we look, it's like mirror, 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 mirror on the wall. Remember that? Who's the fairest one of all? You are. And in order to come back to that space, we must do the deep dive into the shadow. I love shadow play. And Owl was the guide that came in, oh my gosh, back in 2012, 2013. I was meditating and I was startled in my meditation because all of a sudden there was this massive owl in my mind's eye. It flew in. And I was like, what the heck? And it was like, follow me. And so I followed this owl and we kept going down and down. And I'm like, why isn't this owl going up? Why is this owl going down and down this dingy, dark staircase? And we got down to the bottom of this dingy, dark staircase. It looked like something out of a horror movie. And in the corner was an individual all covered up in a tattered old coat and blanket, crying, sniveling like that. And the owl left, and I reached out and touched the individual, and the individual looked up, and it was me. That was startling. That was really startling. And what did I do in this meditation? I reached out and hugged me. I'm like, oh my gosh, there I am, a friggin' mess. And that was truly, a great gift and from Owl, which helped me to rediscover and to reclaim all these fragmented aspects of these sometimes my brain, I can't get the words out, like different compartmentalized aspects of self that I had disowned, right? I was ashamed of. They weren't good enough. She wasn't good enough. Well, she now knows she is good enough. So the journey into the shadow is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. Why? Because it leads us to this heaven on earth, living our bliss. It may have been a tangled. It's a long, long road with many a winding turns that lead us to who knows where, who knows when. But I'm strong. Yes, you are. We're also very strong. strong, strength and courage. And strength and courage isn't brute, and it's not aggressive. It's not aggression. It's not like, oh yeah, I'll beat you in an arm wrestle. Remember that? That was big back in my day. Arm wrestle. Oh, I'll take you on. I never won one. I don't think I ever won one. I don't know. Weak wrists. What is it? Or maybe it was because the guys were trying to arm wrestle the girls. Like, an advantage right there, boys. You always had the advantage. So yeah, it's like we travel this long road. This is 2 of Archangel Metatron today, and the other one was Mercy, right? We move into the embrace of love, unconditional, and it doesn't come from outside of ourselves. No one's going to love us unconditionally until we've mastered that, until we've completed the master class of self-love. Kiva, you're so kind. I may just go out there on the world stage and sing. Oh, wait, I guess I am sort of here. I never really imagined I had a great voice, but I love using it. I really love using my voice these days. I love singing. I'm like a little songbird. I love it. And, I don't care if I have a great voice or I don't have a great voice. I'm going to sing it, sing it, sing it. So thank you, Kiva. Thank you. Thank you for encouraging my lunacy. I appreciate that. And I don't really need anyone to encourage my lunacy because I'm just going to do it anyways. I mean, I've been doing it. Sister's been doing it on her own for a very long time. And, now it's at a point where all we're here to do is let our light divine shine and to create in our own experience heaven on earth. We've unraveled all. We've moved through the thick of it all. And now we get to stand and just shine. Let our light shine. Let our love flow into the world. And that's challenging to do in a world that's rather shut down. And yet it's really important for us to understand we are safe and protected as we do. Archangel Michael, love him, lifelong companion, perhaps an imaginary friend back in the day. As we continue to honor our heart, as we continue to strengthen and fortify our own force field of love, we are the force field of higher love. As we continue to do that, it's really important for us to understand and to live as if we are guided and protected at all times. So that's the collective messages today. And now we're going to get to the interactive 1, 2, or 3. We're going to work with Archangel Michael. So I'm going to start pulling the cards as you all tune in. 1, 2, or 3. And the Tree Angel Oracle. Excuse me. 1. There's 1, 2, 3. Those were easy. And then 1, 2, or 3 from the trees, because we're just like a bunch of beautiful trees of life. There's 1, 2, 2, 3. Do we want some for all of us? Yeah, we do. So we'll take bottom and top card, and we'll do the same here, bottom and top card. Okay, so if you were guided to number 1, here are your messages. Oh my gosh, guys, you're amazing. So check it out. It's the same image. Doubly blessed, good fortune, 35, 8. This is a fortunate time. It's like we're moving into the year of the fire horse, and the fire horse, it's like horseshoes, right? I have a horseshoe somewhere. I think it's in the other room from horseshoes. My grandfather used to love playing horseshoes, and somehow I've ended up with a couple of horseshoes around here and posts. I could make a horseshoe pit outside. But why would we do that? Because we are the lucky ones. So for those of you guided to number 1, this is a very, very good time. And isn't it interesting that I brought up 2024, which was the year of the dragon? So for some of you, this is like your fortune is turning. This is like the turning of the wheel from what has been a very challenging transformation. And so stay open to miracles. Stay open to the gifts that spirit is sending your way, whether it's through people, intuitive messages, signs, songs, this kind of stuff. This is a very good time, and you are being asked to remain in your personal power. Here, let's put that little lion up there again. The lion heart, strength and courage, the inner fire. You've done it. You got yourself to this point. And this is a time where you're being, I just heard, hold steady, stay the course your heart has chosen. This always leads me to the energy of protection. And look at this 22, the master path, the master class. It's like you've completed a big cycle which may have began for you back in 2024, and it's wrapping up now. And now you are the solid, firm building block to which this beautiful, bright new beginning, your wishes and dreams, is beginning to take vision. I'm getting warm. So there's a lot of spiritual support around you. I hope you're feeling it. And I would encourage you to talk to your crew. Thank them when you're feeling them come through. Thank you. I feel you. Thank them when you feel them come through. Thank them when you ask for a sign and then you receive something. And if you receive a sign and you're like, oh, geez, I wonder if that's a sign. Well, it probably is. Get out of your mind and into your heart and take it. And you don't have to come to me and say, hey, Lise, I saw this thing. What does it mean? I don't know. What does it mean for you? How did you feel in the moment? How did you feel when you received that message, that sign, that song? And trust it. Because you know what? You're your own guru. The day of the guru outside of ourselves, I never really bought into that anyways. Those days are gone. And most of the well-known gurus on the world stage they're not like us. They're not like us. They're not. So this is, we are the true deacons, the ones who have been ordained and anointed by the hand of God, by the hand of love, here to resurrect what? The light of the Christ, which is a consciousness, not male or female. The Christ is a consciousness. Really? Yeah. Yeah, really. It is. So let's see what the message here. And I feel like this playful energy, like with the 22, that would be the completion through the major arcana in the tarot, right? The world card, although it says 21 on it, is the 22nd card of the deck. And so this does feel like the completion. And then you get to come back to the beginning where you allow that beautiful child that lives within to come out and play. A zest for life each and every day, even when life is sour. Sour grapes, sour lemons, what do? Make lemonade. Or we drink the sour because it's good for us too. We take the bitter pills, we drink the sour stuff, and, we create our own sweetness. We show up as the honey in the world. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's see the oracle from Ivy. Don't ask for reward or compensation, or whether someone sometime will recognize. It's already been said here. This is perfect. The greatness of your actions. Oh, wait, let's read again. Don't ask for reward or compensation, or whether someone sometime will recognize the greatness of your actions. It makes no difference to you. There is no need for triumph. The greatest happiness is found in following your inner path. Yes, it's already been said here. So it's like beautiful confirmation. I come here, I'm just like you all. I'm a seeker. I'm also an overthinker. And these days I try to be more in the heart than in the head. And it's created a lot more joy, a lot more of an ability to experience true happiness, true ease in the experience, no expectations external, and even, not many expectations internal, devotion and dedication to the internal, the journey. I mean, that's why I do things. Sacred Deacon comes up and I go and find the meaning. I listen, I bring through messages. This is what we do. We're the channel. So I'm grateful for all of you who show up here and, I'm grateful for the messages that I receive through connection with you. So keep going, number one. You have got all the clues. It's like the clues, like the breadcrumbs, and wasn't that in that story, Hansel and Gretel, like the breadcrumbs were left for them? I always imagine like someone coming behind and eating the breadcrumbs and we can't find our way out. Maybe the way out is in. That's the only way out, is to go deeper within. And then we get to come out and play because we are co creating heaven on earth each and every day. Yes, I'm here for it. Okay, if you were guided to number two. Oh, what number? My eyes don't work like they used to. So this is the Whispering Heart choice. It's number 18, which is a 9. So those of you guided to number 2, it feels like you're being called, well, to make a choice. And the choice will be, it feels like the choice is to wrap up a cycle or to repeat. And so you're being guided through this card here to listen to your intuitive knowing. And this is the way it strengthens it. We may go, oh, what is my intuition telling me? It's like the gut instinct, the first thing. And when we are trusting ourselves, then our intuition becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And the more we trust, the more we receive the intuitive nudges. And then we act accordingly, and we make choices based on what is right and true for us. Seeing this image, I just want to get out there and hug a tree. I miss my healing tree. I'll have to go visit it soon. It's in the other town where I lived. And the choice is to heal, and the choice is to wrap up the cycle so that you can begin this new cycle. Birch trees got to be some of my favorite trees out there. They're so beautiful. And this is like the sacred fool energy, embarking on a new adventure because you have reestablished connection to the purity of your beautiful heart. And now you are allowing the child to take the lead, or at least you're being encouraged to allow the child to take the lead. The child's not a fool. Because we act silly and this kind of stuff doesn't mean we're fools. I always like to say, like the sacred jester. Hear ye, humans, come on in and gather. Let me tell you a little story. The jester, the storyteller, the magic maker, the one who can transform what has been dense, heavy, into light again. This is you, sacred fool, and you're not a fool. Maybe I'll look that up, sacred fool, because people don't like when I say fool. And yet I've been referring to myself as like a Hyoka, the sacred fool, the sacred jester for a very long time. One who is able to go to the depths of the dark, the shadow self, right? The depths, and come back up as the shining little light in order to say, you don't have to do it like me. This is how I did it, though. Maybe that's what we're meant to do. Maybe that's what you're meant to do. I just love this. Through the purity of the heart, the sun shines again for the child who lives within, the child who knows they are worthy and deserving of love, the child who knows that they are incredibly talented and intuitive and have a connection with what? The unseen realms. I know it's weird. It's weird and wonderful. And yet some of us feel more connected to the unseen, the great mystery, than we do to what is here and tangible and touchable in the physical. And so keep going. The only time I ever got lost in the woods was in a birch tree forest. And they were all so beautifully lined up, all these trees. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh my God. And it was on the Niagara Escarpment. And I'm like just all smitten with all these trees. Well, then the sun started setting and I was in there and all these noises started. I was by myself with a dog and all these noises started and I got freaked out and I got myself all turned around, couldn't figure my way out. And finally I did get out. And when I came to the mouth of the trail, there was like a whole, like a search party that was ready to come in for me, led by my son and his father. Like, where did she go? I was like, oh, these are so beautiful. And I remember in school when we were learning about Native Americans and stuff and their birch bark canoes and stuff. I always wanted a birch bark canoe. And they used it to write so many things. So, yeah. And this is just getting back again to the purity of heart. And this is the new beginning. And we may feel lost. We may feel lost. We may have been lost at some point in time. And yet, the beat of our beautiful heart has always guided us back inside. We've never truly been lost. The trouble was we were looking outside of ourselves for what was already existed within our experience. Oh, listen to this. You stand naked before God, newborn, innocent. Delve deep within, empty yourself. Now open your eyes and see. Follow your heart and take your first step into a whole new world. The world of your making, sweeties. Yeah, same, Kiva. I was just like, oh, this is so beautiful. And I just wanted some time alone. This is what we do. We want time alone away from, people. And we go into the woods. And I nearly got myself lost. I guess I was never really lost. I was perhaps finding myself in that woods and overcoming some of the fear because I was quite fearful. Like, oh my gosh, I'm lost in this birch forest on the Niagara Escarpment. Will they find me? What kind of animals are in here? Oh, my son, the one I was like, had left behind. It was crazy. But, the beauty is we get lost and then we find ourselves when we take responsibility, when we stop pointing fingers and take responsibility for what it is we actually bring to the table. And is what you're bringing to the table of high value? Likely. Nutritious and delicious? Chances are. It's your beautiful heart. OMG. Here we go again. So if you were guided to number 3, here are your messages. I love it. The Sword of Orion. Look inside yourself. Exactly. Where else is there to look? And it's that sword always reminds me of a spine. And then we see the angel wings coming online and the solar plexus, fortifying, strengthening, trusting what we see as we wrap up a cycle. There's a lot of 9 energy today, where yesterday was like the triple tens. Today is like triple 9 energy, wrapping up a cycle of not living aligned with the divine. Beyond the mind, the sacred heart beats. And perhaps there is a need for some to take that sword and cut the cords. Cut the cords, snip, snip. I used to say back in my early days, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. Although I used to be a fighter and a lover, I guess. Who knows? I used to say in the early days here on this space and in all the spaces where I shared, I was always like, let us dissolve the cords of attachment. I thought it was very harsh to call on Archangel Michael and say, take that sword and cut that attachment. Kind of harsh, like when we cut the baby's umbilical cord way too soon in modern times. If we knew now, knew then what we know now, right? Anywho, I used to say, let's dissolve these. I used to say to Archangel Michael, can you dissolve these connections? Dissolve. And then I got to the point where, you know what? This dissolving is not working. It's too gentle. Sometimes we need the harsh. We need the full cut, the full cut of the umbilical cord, the full cut of the cords of attachment, the energetic attachment that, others plug into us. And we plug into others as well throughout our life, right? We're all like these outlets and sockets and all this kind of stuff, plugging into one another. Let us move away from that energy and plug into our own self. And this is how we become immune to Hicks. What? Immune to hooks. Hicks. I don't know. Immune to hooks of what? The mind. Devious and deviant at times. And it will guide us away. It will lead us away from the path of the divine. And so we are here to continue. You are here to continue to align along your spine. And this 6 energy, 15, devil, 6, choice, the lovers. Choose love over and over and over again. Are those sweet little pink flowers there? Choose love over and over and over again. Call on Archangel Michael. It feels for those of you guided to number 3 that there may be some more inner journeying, although I am really feeling that you are a strong and radiant vessel of the divine, because you have gotten out of your mind most of the time and into your heart. Get out of my... Oh, it's that's been coming into my head a lot. Get out of my head, or out of my dreams and into my heart. I say, hey, hey, you, get into my heart. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so here is the message. Without animals, you die of loneliness. Without ancestors, you die rootless. Without us, you die without a future. Wake up and listen. Wake up, a little Susie. Wake up. Or Kiva, or everyone. Lisa, all of us. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up and speak up. The dying only hear their own voice, yet the living sing in chorus. Let us sing together. Let us grow together. Let us not be fair weather friends, and let us not be, let us be the inclusive club, not these exclusive clubs that we're told, oh, this is an inclusive space. Planet Earth is the inclusive space. For all of us, OMG. Yes, oh, mercy, mercy me. Things aren't always what they seem. I wish I knew all the words to that song. Isn't that animals and birds nearby are dying? Oh, mercy, mercy me. Oh, things aren't always what they seem. Basically, let us wake up, because we are here on the path of mastery, and we've got the transformation card, the new earth. Whoop, whoop. Sunshine. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? I can. Yes, we all can. Let's do it. Woo! New earth. Yeah, we are the seeds. Do you believe? What do you believe? Are you being led? Or are you sovereign and you choose because you know that you have a right to be here, and you are awakening and you know who you are, which is a child with a beating heart? Mastery, Sananda, number 3, Sananda. They say it's the ascended version of Jesus, like Christ. It's the Christ light is what it is. And the way that there's a lot of spiritual energy around. The light of Christ, which we all are. It's about our beating heart and getting grounded from that space. Look, on all the icons and deities, the religious things that we see, they're always like pointing to their heart, right? You can't see my heart here. Pointing to the heart with the peace It's like a clue. Where, oh, where, oh, where are the clues? Right in front of you on the news. Don't watch the news. And this new earth is born from healing. It's intuitive. This feels like red clover to me in the card. I know it's purple, but so's red clover. It's purple, but they call it red clover. It must have been a colorblind man who named a lot of these flowers, right? Who gave the flowers their name. Did you know like a large percentage of men are colorblind? It's true. No shade to the men. It's just true. Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. You know, the darkness is our friend. We just must befriend the darkness. We must stop being scared. When I was a child, I used to be so scared of everything. I'd lay in bed at night and be scared of the dark. I slept with a nightlight for a lot of years, well into my teen years. Well into my teen years, needed a nightlight because I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid what might be coming out of the dark, whether it was my closet or under my bed. So you know what? I took my mattress and box spring off a frame. So there was nothing that could be under my bed. I still sleep like that. Although I wouldn't mind a grown up bed with a real, bed frame and all that. But currently, you make do with what you have. So, anyways, the new earth, the transformation occurs. And here we've got our 10. After all this wrapping up, all these completions, we finally got a 10 again, 4 10s in 2 days. Here it is, the sunshine. Yeah. Yeah. And perhaps we get to experience through the man's eyes through connection when we make those connections in our life to see a different perspective. And I think this helps us, men and women. I was thinking this morning, it would be so nice if, we didn't work against each other. If we saw each other as friends, if we saw each other as family, if we saw each other as, one within the community of humanity. And sadly, there's so much disconnect between the masculine and feminine. It's really, I guess we're the ones here that are being the bridge between the divide. And this would indicate that, yes, we are. A divine feminine in her power, magnetizing to her the complementary masculine energy. Number 33, another master number. We had a lot of 33s last week, the miracle card. We do have another 33 on the table, the playful card. The playful card, if we add the threes together, it's 6. We get to choose. What are we choosing? I'm choosing love, healing, and you. And me. What do you choose? Are you strong and stable like the sacred tree? Like the ginkgo bobiba, or whatever they call it? Or is this masculine? It is masculine. We've got the masculine and feminine showing up together. We're not yeah, men are more visual, eh? Some. What I'm feeling here is that the divine masculine and feminine truly coming together, each in their strengths. Look, she's sending out her healing, and so is he. Look at that. Powerful, powerful complementary energy, deeply rooted. And what I'm really noticing in the beach card is the purple down through the what I'm visualizing as like the groin and the solar plexus, trusting intuition. Both the male and female, the spiritually awakening, the spiritually aware are the ones, it's 12:12 on the clock here, who trust their intuition implicitly. Don't trust me, trust yourself. Because most of us have had to learn how to trust ourselves. As I've said here before, the last 15 months of my life, I've never trusted my intuition more. Still trusting. And number 8, strength, showing up for us. This feels like masculine and feminine showing up for one another in their strength, in their own personal power. We're not looking for carbon copies of us, right? Whether it's our children, whether it's our partner, whether it's our friends, we're not looking for the carbon copy. We don't have the carbon paper, and we want a replica of myself. No, no, no. What I seek is someone that can counter where I may be deficient in some strengths. Like, I'm good with ideas, I'm good with a lot of things. I'm not great with like practical steps to give birth or to give life. I lack skills, technology, and no, I'm not going to go take any courses or anything like that. Stop. People always say that, well, you can go. I don't want to. I want to focus on the skills that I'm good at, and I seek complementary energy that can help me in areas that I'm not so strong and perhaps learn in that way. But I don't want to go out and take courses. I'm not doing that anymore. I've done a lot of that. I'm not. So this is about complementary energy, grown and sown of unconditional love, because each have taken responsibility. I do believe ginkgo is good for memory. Maybe I should be taking some. I probably have some. No doubt I do. Here's the message. From the seed comes the tree. From the tree comes the seed. The source of life, immortal to the core. Discover the home of your being. Send down roots. Center yourself. Who are you really? Who are you? Who are we? Why are we here? What's the point of this whole thing? What's the whole point of this crazy little thing called life? We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start living. It's a choice we're making. We're saving our own life. It's true, we make a better day, just me and you. We have the choice. Beach. We're not looking for men who think women are bitches. No, no, we're looking for men who can keep us in stitches and help with the glitches and the niches, finding our own little place in the world. Grown up boys and girls. Becoming friends again. Here we go. I love it. I just love this. Protecting the heart creates space for trust, for new growth. Remembering brings wisdom. We learn for the future from our experience of the past. Spirit overcomes time, because in the spiritual realms, time and space do not exist, not as we know it here on Mother Earth. And we are all operating under the umbrella of the divine unfolding, divine and perfect time. So anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Kiva, thank you so much for being here. Yeah. And we, the healing, a lot of our healing is self-directed or spirit-guided. Healing is the journey on the inside. So with that being said, I am going to go and cross off another day on my little tick thing. I've got today, I have 6 more days and then I'm on vacay. So yay, 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 I can do it. Yes, we can. Anywho, you beautiful humans, thanks so much for showing up. If you're catching this on the replay, please do consider hitting the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit subscribe. Show a girl you care. And you're supporting the thrive of all of us in this crazy little ride called life. Yeah, and we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 11:11. I'm looking forward to connecting with y'all then. I hope you have a great, fantastic day. You're very welcome, Kiva, and I love you too, sis. Thank you so much for your unwavering support. And thank you so much for your continued healing. What a gift to this world. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. I trust that something here has been a drop of love and delight into your own cup. Until tomorrow, everyone, take good care. We are the world. We are the children.